It seems like the world has went a little bonkers. It seems like the world is becoming more and more divided. It seems like there is a lot of confusion that is out there, not just in the United States, but in countries all over the world. And some can't help but wonder where we're going to end up when all of this confusion goes away, if it ever goes away, all of this division, if it ever goes away, where are we going to end up? Because we want the division to go away, and we don't want the world to feel like it's gone bonkers and everybody's done lost it. We don't. And we want our leaders to have our best interests at heart. And it seems like there truly is a divide. There are some who may say, no matter what country you're in, that their leaders don't have their best interests in heart. They would rather have the other leaders. And then you have the exact opposite happening. There are some who don't want those other leaders because under those other leaders, the world did not seem like a better place. See, we got polarities here. We do. We've got what you would call the yin and the yang. And who's right, really, when it comes down to it? Because each person thinks they're right within their own being. They do. Well, what if we're both right? Both sides are right. And they're right because of their perception of reality. Because it's certain that my perception of reality may not match someone else's perception of reality. It may not. What I may see with my eyes, I could witness an event, I could, along with someone right beside me. And when we're asked to tell what happened to this event, I may have a different point of view, a different perception of what happened and why it happened than the person next to me. And they may be feeling the same way about me. Well, she has a different perception of what actually happened. I think this is normal. I really do think it's normal. It's normal to have, it truly is. Listen, look at the world we live in. It's normal to have one person saying one thing and another person saying another thing. It would be like me saying, I do not want to drink no coffee. I don't like coffee. And someone says, well, I love coffee and I like drinking coffee. It's just a difference of, look at that little baby down there. It's just a difference of taste, a different like, and things like that. But we really should not let these differences that we have be used to our disadvantage by some who are doing just that. There are some out there who are pitting us against one another, making us think that there is no common ground. You cannot have no common ground with people who think differently than you. Because you have some people who are literally more or less standing in front of a great big pot and they've added ingredients to it and they're stirring it. And then they're giving it to people. And whatever they're being fed is making them behave the way that they are. And you could say the same of the other. Whatever you're being fed is going to make you be the way that you are. If you ate nothing but junk food, a lot of junk food, with no nutritional value whatsoever, and your health starts going downhill, chances are it's due to what you are consuming. You ain't eating nothing healthy. But if you're a person who is eating something healthy and nutritious, well, your health is not only going to be there, you may get more energy and all of that kind of stuff. You may not get ever sick. You may not. But to the person who consumes junk food, they are liable to have a lot of things happening to their bodies that they otherwise would not have had they ate good food. Good food instead of junk food. They may not have gained all of that weight if they had not sat and drank soft drink after soft drink after soft drink, bags of chips and bags of chips and bags of chips, pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, candy bars, ice cream, did I say it? If you eat like that and you don't even exercise and you just sit in front of a TV, now I'm not saying that against anybody, but I'm just trying to make a comparison. Chances are your body, your vessel is going to show exactly what you've been consuming on the outside. Nobody's going to have to look on the inside. I wonder what they're eating. Oh no, it will be beyond of a shadow of a doubt. They'd look at your diet, they'd see what happened to you, and if you started getting really sick and stuff, having health issues, it would be no doubt in the person's mind that was their diet. That was their diet. Well, they never got up and exercised. And what if you never took a bath? And your hair was all oily and stuff because you weren't taking care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself, you all. You do. You got to be careful what you eat. You got to be careful of who you're around, because what you eat, you become, and who you are around, you become like them. You do. The more time you spend with them, the more you become like them. It's just like the things that a person listens to on the computer, listens to on the TV. You become like that. If that's all you listen to and nothing else, you're going to connect big time with whatever that is. You are. Gina, where are you going with this? I'm going with this in your lifestyle plays a major role in how you feel about life and how you feel about others, the people you hang around with, the things that you watch and pay attention to. That's more or less you're feeding the inner person. It is. We've got to somehow move beyond this, you all. I don't even like talking about that subject. I do not. We are divided. A country divided cannot stand. A nation divided cannot stand. It's going to be really hard to stand when we're divided the way that we are. And chances are not everybody will be able to stand when it comes right down to it. They may not. They may say, I got the strength to stand. You are the ones who are not going to be able to stand. And when it comes to the rubber meeting the road, it's the exact opposite. When things start piling up on people, you're going to find what the people are made of. How much can they carry? How much of the cares of this world can they carry without breaking down? You're going to see what is it going to take to break an individual, and some people are going to break really fast. When times get hard, you're going to find out. You may see it happen right now, and I don't want no hard times to fall upon anybody, because been there and done that. A lot of people have already been there and they've done that so many times over, and they don't want to go there again. They don't. And they don't really want to see other people go there again either. We've got to be strong, you all. We got to look around, see what's happening in the world. We know that it's like everything has went bonkers. Things have gotten turned upside down. And it's like there's turmoil in every country in some way. There's division. It's being sown. And people are being pitted against one another. And some people don't want to join with one another because some people are not going to bend. They are going to do whatever they're told to do. Truly. It's like, it truly is like there is something missing on the inside of a lot of people. And perhaps they don't want that something to be missing. And perhaps maybe they want to be able to connect with others, but they don't know how. The social skills that they need, whoa, Oh, Lord, have mercy, you all. Give me a hot flash. Hold on a second. Let me see this. Well, I was asking, have you heard about the UN soldiers? People had, there's this video going around, this guy saying there's UN soldiers somewhere, and he's showing a video from behind, and I couldn't clearly make out. He wore a UN shirt. He didn't wear a UN shirt. They supposed to have some kind of helmet or something on their heads and stuff, and it was kind of blurry. Hold on a second. I'm going to see. Okay. It's probably a rumor. It probably is a rumor. It's probably somebody playing a joke on someone to get the people riled up. See, this is what I'm talking about. There's a video going around of this guy in a construction site saying the UN are here in Tennessee or Indiana, wherever he's at. And he's showing his phone behind. He's showing these guys in vests, and you can't really make out. You can't make out who they are, what they're doing. But the people who are sharing this video, it's spreading, and they're telling people that the UN troops are here because they're going to take over the United States because they don't like what President Trump's doing, and President Trump is going to bring, 80% of our troops back, or 20% of our troops back at home on the homeland to defend against the UN. That's what's going around. You got to be very careful who you listen to. There's things that are being done deliberately. Deliberately. People are getting people all wound up, all worked up. That's what's happening. So I'm not speaking about it. I'm not speaking about no UN troops and video footage. Because when I was watching it, I was trying to see. I didn't watch all of it. I was trying to see I can't see them. You're saying that there's UN troops there, but I cannot identify what you're saying because it's so blurry. It's, and then when I hear other people talking about it, it doesn't resonate with my spirit. I'm not feeling within my spirit that there's any truth to what is being said. I'm not. About the UN troops here in the United States. I don't feel it. Now, you may believe whoever started this whole ordeal, you may believe them. I personally, it's not vibing with my spirit. It's not. And it further divides people, and it keeps people on a big old roller coaster is what it does. A massive roller coaster. Up and down and up and down and up and down. It's like a psychological warfare. Playing on people, getting them all worked up. No, please stop stuff like that. If you are going out there to deliberately see how clueless and how gullible, it's like Charlotte's Web. Charlotte to Wilbur. When she spun that web and she spun those words in it, he said, well, nobody's going to believe that. She goes, humans are so gullible. That's what Charlotte said. They're so gullible. They'll believe anything. Well, that's how things get started. There is a consensus that people will believe practically anything. You just got to give them a real juicy story and they'll run with it, whether it's true or whether it isn't. And with the UN troops here, if you believe that story, that's fine, but it wasn't resonating with my spirit. And now this side of my nose over here, my left side, spiritually, for me alone, when my left side of my nose tickles, that's the right, that's the spiritual realm of the good, and that tells me I'm speaking the truth. The UN is not here in the United States like that construction site. If they were, you'd see President Trump speaking out. You would. You would see the news speaking out. I believe it's a psyop. I believe somebody's pulling someone's leg, and I don't even know where it started. I don't. Well, I'm going to go. But And now I don't even know what I was talking about in the very beginning. I don't. People are divided, and our perceptions of reality may differ from someone else's. And it's normal. It's normal. But when we allow our perceptions of reality to cause us to get very angry and go into fits of rage against others because they don't see the way that we see, that's the problem right there. That's the danger. We don't want to get to that point when you see the world one way and someone else sees the world the other way. We don't want to get to the point where you're at each other's throats. No, we can't have that. That's called you're destroying each other. If you keep on biting and gnawing at each other, watch out, or you will be destroyed by one another. If you want scripture, that's what it is in the New Testament. Biting and gnawing at one another. Let me see. Maybe I'll find something in here. I'm going to pull something out of here, if it's going to relate to what I have to say. Now here we go. A happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. And we got a lot of heartaches out there whose their spirit is crushed. Their heart is aching because of what's going on in the world. Their heart is aching because President Trump is president, and their spirits are crushed. Now that's a terrible thing to feel. Absolutely terrible. And it should never have to come to this, ever, because it's just, it is what it is. But to have yourself be played to the point to where you build people's hopes up only to crush them. Crush them. Wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, you will have a bright future, and your hopes will not be cut off. That's Proverbs 24:14. So I think that is good to hear. You're going to have to use wisdom. Don't buy everything you hear, and don't be so gullible, and don't let other people tell you what to do. Don't let other people tell you what to say. Don't let other people tell you what to think. Learn to think for your own self and come to your own conclusions without being a follower of the crowd. You can use constructive, you can look at things constructively. If you don't look at things constructively, the opposite's going to happen to you. It's not going to be good. It isn't. Open your eyes and just pray that you stay on the right road in life. You don't want to get off the right road and get on some kind of wrong road. And you don't want to get to the point where you become enraged with other people because they have a difference of opinion. And then when you're enraged at other people, you know what happens? You literally, you tear them down any way you can. And they may not even done nothing to you, but you've been encouraged to tear them down and destroy them. That's not nice. It's not nice at all, and it's not love. It's not. We need more love and kindness and compassion shown. And you should not be given into fits of rage. It's not of God. It's not a fruit of the Spirit. When you go and fly into fits of rage, it's not. Now, if you are this is the realm that doesn't like me saying that because my nose is tickling. Well, that's just too bad. It's the truth for over there. When you go into fits of rage just because you're encouraged to, don't. See, you being a willing participant and you're being a puppet. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just remain calm. Be yourself. If you want some wisdom, you want some guidance, pray for it. Pray for it. Go look to God. How about that? Go look to a really good friend who is not judgmental, if you got any. Yeah. Don't look to these politicians to sway you and destroy your life in the process. Don't. You're going to have to pull yourself together, get your life together. We got some hard times coming. We do. I'm not saying it just to say it. We got some hard times coming. And you're going to have to be strong enough to make it through these hard times. Some people are not going to make it. I'm just going to say it right now. They're not. They're not going to be strong enough. If you're watching this video and you say, I want to be strong enough, pray that you have the strength to stand when the adversity gets really bad. Pray. And have a good set of friends, loved ones, family members that you can lean on to be there for you, because they're going to need you too. This ain't the time to be making enemies. It's not. Why become an enemy when you should remain a friend? Because you're going to need that friend one day. And if you turn yourself into an enemy and you get yourself on hard times and your friend ain't there, you'll have nobody to blame but yourself. But if they're a true friend, even though you've done them wrong, they'll be there for you. Because why? They got love and compassion on the inside of their being. That's right. So I'm going to go, and thank you for watching. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you for watching. Oh, I'm going to flip this.